सर वॉइस नहीं आ रही.
from an insoluble solid by dissolving out in a suitable solvent. So in this case, basically, we are going to talk about the leaching of alumina from bauxite. That means we have to extract the soluble ore part, and we have to, that is, eliminate the insoluble impurity, and that is what this process is known as leaching. But now we are going to talk about the leaching of alumina. So leaching of alumina from bauxite is a two different method. That is what we are going to talk about. That is, one is Hall's process and the other is Beer's process. So what are these two process and how we can extract alumina from those bauxite? This is what I'm going to talk about in this topic. So the first that is I'm going to talk about is Beer's process. So Beer's process is a method for the leaching of alumina from bauxite. So in this case, suppose we have a particular reaction, that is what
अगर लास्ट ईयर आपका बेयर्स प्रोसेस नहीं आया है तो इस साल पक्का आएगा. श्योर शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन है बोर्ड का. ओके
Yes, sir.
what I'm going to talk about, because leaching is a chemical method of concentration of ore, and that is how basically we can eliminate the impurity and we can obtain a particular ore which has a high tendency of, or high, that is, quantity of metal. So in this case, the Beer's process is basically we have to treat the bauxite, and that is nothing but Al2O3 dot twice H2O. So this is a pulverized ore, means we have crushed this ore, and this is a pulverized bauxite ore, and this bauxite ore is basically treated with, that is, 2 moles of NaOH. So whenever the reaction happens with Al2O3, 2 moles of H2 along with that of, that is, 2 moles of NaOH, then the product that is what we could get is, basically I would write it over here as, that is, 2 moles of NaAlO2, that is known as sodium meta-aluminate, along with that of 3 moles of H2. So therefore this is a soluble part, but this soluble part has to be extracted, and that's the reason that whenever the further reaction is I'm going to talk about is whenever NaAlO2, that is sodium meta-aluminate, is treated with water, that is 2 moles of H2 in this case. So therefore the product that is what we could get is, we could get NaOH and AlOH thrice, that is aluminum hydroxide. But this is not the final step that we are talking about. The thing is, we have to remove the impurity from the bauxite ore, and this is basically leaching. So the product that is what we have obtained is an aluminum hydroxide. So the thing is, this aluminum hydroxide, that is AlOH thrice. So in this case I have to balance the reaction. So for balancing the reaction I am multiplying, that is I am taking 2 moles of AlOH thrice, and in that case we have to heat it at a temperature of 1473 Kelvin. So in this case the product that is what we could obtain is Al2O3 and 3 moles of H2. So therefore this is the product that is what we have got, and this Al2O3 is basically known as alumina. So here how we have obtained alumina by removing the impurity, and this is bauxite basically. So by removing the impurity we have obtained an alumina, and this alumina would be further taken in a process where we can obtain a crude metal from it, and that's the reason that this is known as leaching process, and here is how basically we have removed the impurity. So this was one of the method, or one of the leaching method, that is Beer's process, and there is also another method that is known as Hall's process. Let me talk about that also. So friends, talking about Hall's process, even this is the another method, that is leaching of alumina from bauxite. So in this case we have to consider, that is Al2O3 or 2H2, and in this case this is basically the pulverized ore. So now this pulverized ore is now treated with, that is Na2CO3. So in the previous case, that is in Beer's process, we are treating Al2O3 with NaOH, but in this case, that is in Hall's process, we are treating Al2O3.2H2O with Na2CO3. So that's the reason that the reaction will occur in such a manner that we would obtain sodium meta-aluminate, and that is nothing but I would write it over here as 2 moles of NaLO2 along with that of carbon dioxide and water. So this is basically a soluble part, that is a soluble sodium aluminate or sodium meta-aluminate. So in this case the previous reaction is we are treating sodium meta-aluminate with, that is 3 moles of H2 along with that is CO2. So on the further process, that is at a higher temperature, the product that is what we could obtain is again that is 2 moles of AlOH thrice. This is aluminum hydroxide. This is the same product that is what we have obtained in step number 2 of the Beer's process. And in this case, the byproduct that is what we could obtain is Na2CO3. And in the second step of the Beer process also we have obtained NaOH. So the main thing is we have obtained that is 2 moles of AlOH thrice, that is aluminum hydroxide. But the thing is, this is not the product that is what we need. So that's the reason that what we are going to do is we are going to follow the third step of the Beer's process, that is what we have did recently. So in this case, 2 moles of AlOH thrice is heated so as to obtain that is Al2O3 along with that is 3 moles of H2. So this is how basically we have obtained alumina from bauxite. So therefore, this was nothing but a topic related to leaching of alumina from bauxite, and that's it. So thank you friends for watching this video. I hope you have understood this video very clearly, and I hope I'll see you next time. Till then, don't forget to subscribe to channel.
इसको देख लिया पूरा?
Yes, sir.